Auburn versus Alabama. Arguably the most intense rivalry in all of college football. A game that is played once a year in the Southern Enclave, but whose outcome resonates for 365 consecutive days in and around the state. A game in which your most vivid dreams collide with your worst fears. A brother versus brother battle of wills, dividing families and loyalties. Opposites, yet with so much in common. Alabama, the defending national champs, relegated to spoiler this year with a chance to ruin Auburn's dream season. Mark Ingram, the reigning Heisman winner, and Cam Newton, this year's presumptive frontrunner, sharing a stage. The vaunted Tide defense challenged with stopping the improbable Tiger offense. Two teams, one state, meeting for the 75th time in the game known simply as the Iron Bowl.
How about this?
This guy's unbelievable. You can't do this stuff.
Oh my gosh! Now, fire up the crowd for the win. He nailed it! It is a special walk every autumn afternoon, but especially so prior to the last home game of the year. And so, the Tide Walk of Champions is made. On the left, Greg McElroy. In the middle, Heisman winner Mark Ingram. To the right, All-American wide receiver Julio Jones. Their last game at home. On the other side of the stadium, the raucous reception for Cam Newton and his Auburn Tiger teammates. Inside, amidst a sea of crimson and tide, here's Greg McElroy.
Quarterback Greg McElroy from Southlake, Texas. The son of Greg and Jamie McElroy, number 12, Greg McElroy.
One of several seniors introduced, having their picture taken with head coach Lou Saban. We welcome you to Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa. It's Auburn, and it's Alabama, and it's the Iron Bowl. And here comes Alabama. The undefeated Auburn Tigers. And in the middle, quarterback Cam Newton. Good afternoon, everybody. Vern Lundquist, along with Gary Daniels and Tracy Wolfson. Welcome to Bryant-Denny. It's a simple ritual, really, in this state. At birth, you declare your allegiance. It's either Auburn or it's Alabama. Shortly thereafter, you begin a lifetime of devotion to one or the other. If you're for Auburn, you call the other guys Bammers, and you yell War Eagle. If you're for Alabama, you call the other guys Barners, and you scream Roll Tide. And along the way, just a small degree of distaste is formed for the other fellows. Other than that, it's just another Friday. That's in normal times. This is an abnormal event. The defending national champion, Alabama Crimson Tide, stands in the way and can put a huge dent in the aspirations of their most bitter rival, the Auburn Tigers. I don't know. It's got some things going for it, Gary.
I think it does. To be ranked number 1 or number 2, sometimes you have the opportunity to back your way into it. Auburn is not going to be able to back their way into this. About a month ago, all the experts said that Alabama, 1-85, their team was the best in the country. For Auburn to get there, they're going to have to go right through Alabama.
Well, Cam Newton will play. Allegations remain allegations. No facts have been proven or made public. And so he will play today, despite those allegations against his father. Let's talk about Cam Newton as a football player.
He has been able to focus on his game no matter what has been going around outside of the football field. Alabama will catch Cam Newton's A game. He's got it all. We saw him throw against Georgia. We saw him run when he has to. He is the most valuable player in college football. But to win this game, the two lines for Auburn, the offensive line, 4 seniors. They've been through the wars in the SEC. They must have great games. But there's some holes in the Auburn defense, and that means their star, Nick Fairley, must come through. Vern, if we're not talking about Nick Fairley as one of the stars of this football game, I just don't see how Auburn can win the game. Nick Fairley, number 90, must dominate.
Well, you and I know a few Alabama fans. They all ask the same question. Can we stop Cam Newton? And if so, how do we stop him?
They don't have to stop Cam Newton. They only have to stop him one more time than the other way around. Alabama's offense is going to produce points too because they got stars in the field. The Heisman Trophy winner, Mark Ingram, is finally healthy. He gives them the running game along with Trent Richardson. Julio Jones has to be licking his chops. That secondary for Auburn has holes in it. But you know what? It gets right back to the quarterback. Last year, Greg McElroy produced against Auburn in that last drive and led them to a national championship. Let's see if he can do it again today against this outstanding Auburn football team.
All right, Gary, right now let's go down for more to Tracy Wolfson.
Well, Vern, let's start with Alabama. 2 key players nicked up. Running back Trent Richardson still dealing with a knee injury, not 100%. And offensive lineman Barrett Jones out with a high ankle sprain. Gary, you mentioned the importance of Auburn's defensive line. Well, Michael Goggins, Mike Blanc will miss the first half because they were ejected for throwing punches against Georgia. That's huge for depth, guys.
All right, Tracy, thank you. Auburn won the toss and deferred. So Julio Jones brings it out for the Alabama Crimson Tide, and he does so to the 29-yard line. First down, 10. Mark Ingram is the running back. Greg McElroy, the senior, hitting 70% of his passes this year. McElroy on a strike. Julio Jones. Well, Greg McElroy, 2-year starter now, national championship a year ago, having a splendid senior season. Over his career, 66%. And in just this season, he's thrown for 17 touchdowns. One off the single season record, 23-2 as a starter.
And you can tell the coaches trust him to start the game out with a pass like that.
Second down, 1. Play action. McElroy goes the other side. And that one's caught by Darius Hanks, number 15. And a little jawing starts right away. Let's introduce you to the Alabama offense presented by Chick-fil-A. Carpenter, Warmack, Vlahos, Steen starts for Barrett Jones, the senior, at right guard. Fluker is back at right tackle. It's Jones, Dial, Ingram, Williams, and Darius Hanks, who just got the last pass.
There's an early wildcat.
Yep, Mark Ingram is the man back. Handoff Jones, reverse. Mark Freeze, Mays gets a block from Dial. And that's good for a first down. Let's set the defense for the Auburn Tigers. Up front, Carter, Clayton. There's Nick Fairley. Clayton drawing a lot of love from his coaches this week. The linebackers, Stevens, Bynes, and Freeman. El Toro, Freeman getting the start. Here's where they might be suspect. This is a secondary that gives up a lot of passing yardage. 2nd and 3. Alabama on the move in the early going. Right side, Ingram.
And you can see already with the different looks that Alabama has given early in this game. The linebackers never got aligned properly on that play. Nick Fairley was handled very easily inside by DJ Fluker.
First down 10, and they have crossed midfield. This ball will be snapped at the 43. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the left. Screen. Ingram. Another big pickup.
Well, as you remember last year, it was Auburn that jumped out early with this kind of finesse. Now, I think the Alabama staff is saying, you know what, we're not sure we can stop them. We're going to be wide open all game.
Ingram not used all that often in the passing game. That's his 17th reception in this, the final game of the regular season. Second down and 2. Jones gets it. Goes right by the defensive end. Oh, he blew by Antoine Carter.
This is the speed sweep, the fly sweep. He scored a touchdown on it. And you can see, Carter said, I didn't even know he had the ball. But I tell you, there's guys all around college football now that are going, maybe I should try to break my hand. Since Julio Jones broke that hand, he has been on a tear.
Got a wonderful block out on the edge from Darius Hanks, number 15. First down.
Here comes the blitz.
Roy goes deep down the middle. He's got Mays open. There's a ball tip, and we're going to have an interference call against DeMond Washington.
Yeah, DeMond just did not trust his ability on that play. He had this play, but his left hand grabbed the receiver. He just kind of panicked. So he's got this all the way, but he didn't trust it. He gave a tug with his left hand before he went there with his right hand. Neither one of these pictures exactly show it, but it was pretty well seen by the back judge on that play.
There's DeMond Washington, number 14, senior out of Tallahassee.
And that was kind of the scouting
Pass interference, number 14, defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
The scouting report on DeMond was, when he's in the slot, he's a very valuable player for them. But when he's outside on the flank, one-on-one on a wide receiver, we think we can attack him. That was the game plan for Alabama. And they went right at him.
And that is where he will be now, again, as Earl Alexander, a senior, comes wide to the left. Look at the graphic. No first quarter touchdown since '96. Handoff. Now they can erase that mark. What an impressive drive to open the Iron Bowl, capped by the touchdown run of 9 yards of the Heisman Trophy winner, Mark Ingram. Extra point is coming from Jeremy Shelley, number 90.
You know, the first thing that struck me, no number 90. Nick Fairley is not there. They block down and pull around. Watch how easy it is. Fairley out of the game early. They get a good rub down. Anthony Steen subbing for Barrett Jones, blows him out. And how about that drive? 7 plays. Their quarterback is 3 for 3. 7-0 Alabama.
LG, as a proud NCAA corporate partner, presents great SEC rivalries.
Roll Tide! It's all about tailgating, flag waving, drink shaking, face painting, raising, celebrating, trash talking, no mistaken sound, love, spiritual, ritual, passion. All day Dixie Way, Saturday in the South.
The Iron Bowl's cooking, brother.
You say, why the Iron Bowl? Well, this game was played in Birmingham seemingly forever. And, of course, Birmingham known as the steel capital of the South. Matter of fact, Auburn made its first trip here in some 99 years back in the year 2000. And they won that game 9-0 in a drizzle. Very frigid day. It was only last year, 2 years ago, I beg your pardon, that Alabama won in Bryant-Denny Stadium against the Auburn Tigers. Auburn is 6-1 in Tuscaloosa going back to the 1890s. Here's the kick. Over the shoulder catch made at the 21-yard line. You made the point, Gary. There was no Nick Fairley on the touchdown run.
We said we need to talk about Nick Fairley. He would be playing right here. He was not in the game. Watch him get doubled out of there, blown right out of the play, his replacement. And we said if we're going to talk about Nick Fairley, he has to be a star, not a guy walking to the locker room. Now, I wonder if that is still the problem he had from 2 weeks ago against Georgia when he hurt his shoulder.
Well, Tracy's all over it. You get a report as soon as she gets some information. On first down, Newton hands it off. It goes to Michael Dyer. He gets nothing. Tracy does have information. Let's go down to it.
Gary, you are exactly right. Nick Fairley came off. He wasn't in a lot of pain, but it is that left shoulder that they are looking at. They did take him into the locker room, and I was confirmed by Dr. James Andrews, the renowned orthopedic surgeon for both teams here. He told me that is exactly what they're looking at in the locker room right now, guys.
All right, Tracy, thank you. Second down. Newton out of the gun. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the right. Flags.
Yeah, Alabama's misaligned. Too many players on the field.
Dead ball, substitution infraction on the defense. 12 players did not leave formation within 3 seconds. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Cam Newton, the starting quarterback, has erupted on the college scene. Quite candidly, both on and off the field, but on the field, he has been superb.
Superb. MVP.
Quarterback draw, Newton. And we'll check the Auburn offense presented by Chick-fil-A. Offensive line has been outstanding this year. And Route 211 wins. Zimba getting his 50th start in a row today. That's an all-time Auburn record. Adams, Smith, Dyer in the backfield. Zachary, Cody Burns, a former quarterback at wideout. Cody Burns was the Auburn starter in this game 2 years ago when the team lost 36-0. 3rd and 1. 4th and 2. Dante Hightower with the tackle.
Boy, Hightower hits this one right in the mouth. Watch Hightower. They pull the guard. He goes right back door and makes the play. Woo! The theme for Alabama all week is, it's us, it's not them. If we play our game, we will win.
On 4th down, here's the senior Ryan Shoemaker. Short punt. Marquise Mays will let it bounce, and it takes a bit of an Auburn roll just inside the 20-yard line. 3 and out for the vaunted Auburn offense, averaging 505 yards per game. They got 8 on their first 3 plays. Dante Hightower.
Vern, a lot of people that were picking Auburn to have a good year this year wasn't really about Cam Newton. They knew he was a good player, they didn't know this good of a player. It was the schedule. This is only their 4th road game of the year. The other 3's combined record is 17-16. Everyone knew that Auburn had a very manageable schedule this year until this game.
Here's McElroy rolling out, tosses it out. It's caught by Preston Dial, the senior H-back. Trent Richardson was also on the field for the first time. And down at the far end of the field, Nick Fairley has come back on. Mike Goggins and Mike Blank Blanc rather, are sitting out the first half of this game because they were involved in fistfights at the end of the last game. So by SEC rule, they are out until the third quarter. Here's Nick Fairley, and he is back on the Auburn side.
Yeah, that's the one game that maybe the bye didn't pay off.
Yes. McElroy, he's got it wide open. Julio Jones, no flags, 68-yard touchdown. I think something was mentioned earlier about the Auburn secondary being susceptible.
Yep.
Shelley with the extra point. We are not yet through one half of the first quarter.
Vern, I don't even have an explanation for this one. There's no play action pass here. This is pass all the way. Watch the two safeties here. They never move. There's no play action pass. I don't get it. They just stand there. And they let the best player in the country at a wide receiver position, arguably one of the top three, run right by him.
Got a sports fan on your gift list? CBSSports.com shop has officially licensed NCAA gear from over 500 schools and get 3-day shipping on every order. Go to shop.cbssports.com. 68-yard touchdown strike. Demond Washington is back to return. So also is Ontario McCaleb. 14-0. And Julio Jones has tied DJ Hall for the most receptions in a single season at 67. Washington at the 33-yard line. Flag down. Tom Ritter is our referee today.
Offside, number 19 of the kicking team. That 5-yard penalty will be tacked on to the end of the run. First down.
Now, Gene Chizik in his second year as a head coach at Auburn, and deficits not uncommon to this team. 4-2 when trailing by 10 points or more under Chizik. It's happened 3 times this year, including in their last outing when they trailed Georgia 21-7.
And just a flip-flop of last year, remember, in this game, it was Auburn that was ahead 14-0, and Alabama fought back.
Here's Newton. Well, there's stop number 1. And guess who? Marcel Darius.
Darius is lined up at defensive end right there, and he's got to stay and play the quarterback. You can let everything else happen for Auburn. Anybody else can beat you if you're Alabama. If you're a defensive lineman, you do not run past number 2.
Newton with a lot of time. Now he has no time. Courtney Upshaw.
He went right through Lee Zimba that time. That's a veteran tackle who has been in the wars for a long time. Left side, way out here. Comes out of the screen and back in the screen. Woo! Alabama defense is on go, aren't they?
3rd and 24. Screen pass. Oh, he had some gator arms.
Well, Mark Barron was all over that play. I've been coming here, you know, for 5 years. I have never heard it this loud. I mean, as fired up as the Alabama football team is, I think the crowd's more fired up.
Well, the expansion this past offseason increased capacity here to 101,000 plus. You can imagine that it is filled beyond capacity today. Here is the punt. Second time for Auburn, 3 and out.
We'll see if Nick Fairley comes out here because he's been out for 3 plays. Alabama has scored 2 touchdowns.
Nick Fairley back on the field for the Auburn Tigers. Injured 2 weeks ago against Georgia.
Yes, Aaron Murray was scrambling on a play, and Nick Fairley was coming across the play, goes over the top of him, and that's the play he hurt his shoulder on. Had to leave the field afterwards, and then early in this football game, we think we found Fluker is blocking down on Fairley, and I think Zach Clayton, his teammate, comes across and hits him again, and that's what re-injured or re-aggravated that shoulder injury.
And he is back on the field now. Fairley with 18 tackles for loss, first in the SEC, tied for third with 7.5, and has been accused by a couple of coaches in this league of overly aggressive play at that defensive line position. Gene Chizik says, we don't coach it that way, we don't teach it that way, he doesn't play it that way. That's a summation. Here's McElroy. What a start for him and for Julio Jones. Craig Stevens makes the tackle, but I think Julio might have leaned out and got you dead. First down.
Well, you know, when we were talking in the open, Vern, about Julio Jones licking his chops, this is why Auburn has been susceptible to these great big receivers in this league. You talk about the guys that earn their yardage in this league. I almost said earn their money.
You did almost say that, didn't you?
Well, I tried not to say it, but it was out there.
Well, Dr. Floyd, it's good to have you here.
All right, well, let's go to the numbers.
Oh, a little bit.
Here's the 3 guys. I'm going to get it for that one, aren't I?
Oh.
You look at the big receivers in this league, and there's 4 great ones in my mind. Of course, Randall Cobb also from Kentucky. But Alshon Jeffrey, look at the stats against Auburn. Jones so far, you know, just so far. And they're not going to stop throwing to this guy.
No, no, no. 2nd and 7. We're near the 6-minute mark. Alabama has not been stopped. Look at that, averaging almost 14 yards per play. Comes inside. It's Julio again.
It's such a mismatch out there. But Demond Washington is about 5'9". When you list a guy in college at 5'9", that means he's usually 5'8". And Julio Jones is 6'4", 6'5". It's just a tough match for Mr. Washington.
Now Julio Jones is going to get a rest, and Earl Alexander, number 82, is out. McElroy, what a start for the senior. 7 of 7 for 124 yards. And you see the Auburn defense 100th out of 120 Division I teams. Richardson twisted a knee a couple of weeks ago against LSU on a goal line play, and he has not played the last 2 games. Not 100%, but able to get out there and compete.
Yeah, I thought I saw him in practice. I thought he looked good in practice on Wednesday, I guess it was. Everything's kind of cockeyed here because of the holidays.
Darius Hanks goes wide, a little confusion, and Alabama is going to have to call timeout. That's their first. The Iron Bowl from Tuscaloosa. It's been all Crimson Tide so far. Now you can see the complete bowl here. The addition to your left, that's the second deck on the south end. And I think that it has made this one of the most beautifully symmetrical football stadiums in the country. It's become an aesthetic delight, and the volume of noise can make it a tough place to
Alabama might not win the championship in football. They're going to win it in attendance for the first time in 37 years. They're going to knock off Tennessee, averaging 101,821 this year, number 4 in the country.
In the SEC, here's Trent Richardson in at the Wildcat spot, and he picks up 1. So the first 3rd and long now for Alabama.
And now this is when the front 4, this is the green light spot that coaches talked about, that front 4 for Auburn. They have been making a difference. Fairly, the defensive ends, they've been able to put pressure on the quarterback. Let's see if they can do it in 3rd and 8. They must put pressure on McElroy.
2 receivers right. That's Darius Hanks, who starts in motion, now comes back, number 15. Blitz. McElroy got him. Nick Fairley.
Telling you, if he doesn't do it, oh, he's going to get it. He's going to get a celebration penalty.
He has been targeted.
And Vern, they would have thrown this on anybody, though.
Yep.
He made a tremendous play.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 90, defense, 15-yard penalty, 4th down.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
It's still not a first down, though. It's about, what, 4th and 4 or something like that? 4th and 5.
Yeah. Well, I'm not so sure about the excessive nature.
No, I thought that was a pretty good play.
Yeah.
I thought he was. It's right on the hairline, though.
But he's got a spotlight on his forehead.
Yeah, you're probably right.
4th down. 4th and 4. McElroy, nobody open. Hits, he lets it go. It is caught. Marquise Mays.
Boy, at time, McElroy went to about his 4th receiver on the play. He was looking to the right all the way, and when he started to run, the defensive back went to him on the play. Went to the quarterback, and there's the throw. Let's see, you only need 1 foot, remember? Yes, he got it. I think it was Nico Thorpe that left the receiver and went for the scrambling McElroy, and that's when McElroy made the throw.
On 1st down, handoff, tackle at the line of scrimmage. Trent Richardson, and this was El Toro Freeman, number 21, who's getting a start at linebacker today.
It's a really fine line now for Gene Chizik with Nick Fairley. He doesn't want Nick Fairley to lose his aggressiveness because he needs him to get those sacks. So he had to talk to him. He had to say, play smart, play aggressive, but play smart. He can't have him slow down.
2nd down. Ingram back in. Quick setup inside. Julio Jones. 1st down at the 12-yard line. Nico Thorpe, number 11. McElroy is 9 for 9.
Ted Roof, the defensive coordinator, tries the bear look this time. And that time it was Zach Clayton, number 98, that got in there with the pressure. But on a 3-step drop, and number 8 to the outside, that's almost a gimme.
Julio Jones, 5 catches, 108 yards, 1st down 10. McElroy has Hanks. Touchdown, Alabama. Darius Hanks. Shelley with the extra point.
right from the snap. Greg McElroy didn't have to be an Oxford candidate to know there was nobody back here. He had a touchdown in his mind right at the snap. Hanks one-on-one, nobody back there. Nico Thorpe could not handle that route. 10 for 10 for the quarterback. 21-0 for Alabama.
Zip. McElroy, 10 for 10.
And let's think back. Remember, Nick Fairley had the sack, would have produced the punt. He gets up, gets called for the unsportsmanlike conduct, gets a 15-yard penalty. Alabama hits the 4th down play, and then the pass to make it 21-0. Greg McElroy has started this game out 10 for 10. 156 yards throwing in the first quarter.
Well, Gary referenced the Oxford situation. Greg McElroy was a finalist, one of 12 in this region for a Rhodes Scholarship. He was informed last Saturday that he did not get the Rhodes, but not on his mind right now.
That fumble against LSU cost him, I think. Guy had some ties to the football.
Actually, we're told it went to the two in this area. It went to a Harvard grad and a Naval Academy grad. Here's the kickoff. This will be Washington, near side. Not much. Now let's go back to the studio for this John Hancock update.
Vern, in the backyard brawl, West Virginia's Geno Smith had 3 touchdown passes. Here's one of them to Tavon Austin, 35-13 the final. The win opens the door for UConn to control its destiny in the Big East, but should they lose one of their 2 remaining games, the Mountaineers need only beat Rutgers next week for the Big East title. Back to you.
All right, Tim, just off the top of my head, I know that this Auburn team was down to Clemson.
No, this is the biggest deficit of the year.
I'm trying to say what the others were. 17, 14, and 13. Well, Auburn has scored in 21 consecutive quarters. Last time without points was the 3rd at Kentucky. They won that on a last-second field goal following.
They're going to have to hurry up, aren't they?
Yep. Option. Ontario McCaleb, stiff arm. Now, do you think Kirby Smart has this defensive group ready?
Well, they've
And
had
Nick
2.
Saban?
This was the whole matchup of this game.
Right.
Alabama, Nick Saban, and Kirby Smart had 2 weeks, 10 game tapes, and a whole year of hearing about Cam Newton to get ready for this game. Gus Malzahn, the unstoppable spread. You knew they were eager to show that this defensive game plan could stop them. And I have to say, watching tapes, Vern, no one's close in the SEC. This is the best tackling defense in the SEC.
Blitz. Newton. Still can't get away. That's advisable. Tackling from behind. Will Lowry got him.
Yeah, Marcel Darius, though, put a big pressure on Cam Newton first. See if you can see. Inside. C.J. Mosley came inside. Darius got his hand on him, and Will Lowry got the cleanup.
3rd 3 and out for the Auburn Tigers. And the numbers for Cam Newton in the first quarter as we come to a close. 0 for 1 throwing. 5 carries for -6 yards. It has been all Alabama. That's the end of the first with the score remarkably 21-0. We'll return to Brian Denny after this message and a word from your local station. Indeed, touchdown Alabama. Eli Gold the radio announcer for the Crimson Tide. There have been 2 more beyond that. And as we start the second here at Bryant-Denny, 21-0. And Marquise Mays getting ready to return the punt of Ryan Shoemaker. 3-3 and out for the Tigers of Auburn. Shoemaker's first punt, 48 yards. This is Mays at the 28. Avoids the first man. Flag is down. He's not. Going right. Slips another tackle. And is out of bounds up near the 40. But I believe this is going to go against Alabama. Looks like there might be an illegal block in the back on the near side. Does not appear Saban is happy.
Took a penalty to get his outlook turned the wrong way there, didn't it?
Right.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Number 24, the receiving team, 10-yard penalty, first down.
All right, we start the second. Byrne, Gary, Tracy's down on the sideline. I give you your choice. Flip a coin. Alabama offense, Alabama defense.
I know. And everybody has said, with people who watch tape of Alabama, has said they're the most complete team. They have not produced. If you talk to all their players and their coaching staff, they just said, we have not played a full game of football this year. Well, they haven't played a full game yet in this game, but the first quarter's been spectacular. And now Auburn, if they're going to come back, Cam Newton is going to win the Heisman. Might as well just vote right after this game.
If they come back.
If they come back, you don't have to wait any longer.
They have some trail to trot before that happens. Here's Hanks. Darius Hanks out on the edge on the right side. And he picks up a few to the 29.
See, the problem that Auburn has against Alabama is this offense is not the offense they faced a year ago. Offense a year ago, they felt if they could shut down, and Greg Stevens, their linebacker, said it, we felt if we could shut down Ingram, we could shut down their offense. This offense is much more diverse and way more weapons.
There's a toss to Ingram. You know, Mark Ingram was among those who said to us yesterday, we have not played a complete game, and was looking forward to this one. He actually has a little motivation to play well in this one, despite the Heisman that he won a year ago. In the Iron Bowl, he was held to 30 yards.
Right.
And it's been, by all measures, all standards, a disappointing season for Ingram. He sat out the first 2 games, having had knee surgery.
Look at the quick huddle here for Alabama. They're right up close.
Jones goes to the right side, and McElroy is split wide left. Please throw him the ball.
Ain't gonna happen.
No, never. Out of the Wildcat, Ingram. First down at the 30. Mark Ingram had that huge game against South Carolina a year ago. That was the spark for his mark of 1,148 at this point a year ago. And then this season has been limited to 780. He had 2 big games when he first came back from the injury, but nothing monstrous in the way of accumulated yards for the rest of the year.
Well, it seems like Alabama didn't show any of this against Georgia State. I just don't understand.
McElroy.
Get down. The most underrated part of his game is his ability to sense pressure, scramble, and make plays. Not, game-changing plays, but chain-moving plays. We saw it in the SEC championship game against Florida when he made those plays.
Well, take a look at him. He's probably not going to have a career in the National Football.
But he could be your boss someday.
He's going to own one. Right. There's no doubt, and that's his aspiration. Ingram. Football. If it goes through the end zone.
Either way. Yep, touchback.
Touchback, yes.
That was punched from behind, too.
That's only the second lost fumble in Mark Ingram's career. Second.
Antoine Carter, number 45. He's right here. Watch him chase this play down. 50 yards, he doesn't give up on this play. He knows he can't catch him, and he punches him from behind with his arm and rips the ball up, goes through the back of the end zone. His right hand from behind. That's the kind of hustle from Carter on the play. The senior hustling downfield. Probably never in his wildest dreams did he think he could catch him, but he ended up making a play to maybe save the game for Auburn.
Mark Ingram lost one last year. He fumbled another in 08. There you have it. 613 touches for the Crimson Tide. That's only his second lost fumble. I'll see if Auburn can find a spark in the touchback after the fumble by Mark Ingram. They have shown nada on offense so far. Matter of fact, they're in negative territory. -7 total yards of offense. Here's a flip. Is that a forward pass, or that is?
What?
Incomplete.
Burn, against Georgia, Cam had a great throwing game, but he got away with a couple of things. Now watch his footwork on a short pass. That's no big deal. But later in the game, he had some success. Watch his off-balance throws. He kind of takes his feet and then just never goes through the throw. He lets it go.
There's the flip, a little high, but it's caught by Zachary. They're still looking for their first down in the ballgame.
He doesn't really go through with the throw, and a couple times in that game against Georgia, he has to be very careful that he doesn't get into a rhythm of not throwing in balance against this Alabama defense.
3rd and 1. 21-0 Alabama. Newton. He does get to move the chain, but pretty good defensive effort by the Alabama front four.
Here's a stat for you. Against Georgia 2 weeks ago, Auburn made 10 third down conversions. All 10 were by rushes by Cam Newton.
Now they got one in this game, and it came from Newton. Handoff, Michael Dyer. And he's out to the 35. Luther Davis, number 96, made that stop.
So what do you do if you're Auburn? You got shocked, you got slapped in the face, and you're still facing a very solid defense. 2 weeks ready for you. You just got to do it slowly, 1 first down at a time.
Reverse. Zachary. Everybody stayed at home for the Crimson Tide. Luther Davis is there. Gentry is there. And it's a loss on the play.
Well, I'll tell you, it's like this Alabama defense. Not only are they beating the offensive line up front, it seems like they're in the huddle half the time. I mean, they're doing more than just making piles up front. That defensive line for Alabama is winning against these seniors for Auburn.
Newton, pressure. Finds a man open, and he drops it. Terrell Zachary had it right in his hands with at least 10 yards of open space around it.
I tell you, Cam Newton dodges the blitzing. I think it's Lester that was blitzing. Then he throws a jump pass. Look at the jump pass right there. Just going the other way against the momentum of Zachary, and he drops the ball.
Ryan Shoemaker is on to punt. Marquise Mays.
He would have made a first down,
yeah,
too. There was
sure
no one there.
Short punt.
That punt barely made a first down.
"21 yards on the punt." CBS Sports coverage of the Home Depot SEC will continue after this word from your local station. And now it's time to take a look at our Home Depot tools for success.
Well, the Alabama quarterback's tool for throwing this football has been extremely sharp. He's got a great matchup. He had some breakdowns in the secondary for Auburn, but when he's need to put it there, he has put it exactly where it had to go. How about starting out this game? One guy's going for the Heisman, the other guy has a national championship. But right now, Greg McElroy is bowling a 300 game. 12 for 12. 12 strikes. That's a 300. You get a 300 pin for that in bowling, right?
Yes. Yeah.
12 for 12.
Yeah, he could have been on the Bowling for $1 show. Grew up in Texas. Greg McElroy. Gee, remember a
You didn't
year
have
ago?
to go there. I was just.
No, I know, but, you know, I got you on the...
Exactly.
Anyway. Richardson. A few yards.
This Auburn defense now, they're looking up, and they're saying we've got to get a stop. We must get a stop. Ted Roof has had good, the defensive coordinator right there, has had good second halves. Remember, Georgia started out 21 points in that first quarter, only scored 1 touchdown the rest of the game. But they need it now. To stay in this football game, they cannot give up another touchdown here in the first half.
McElroy, play fake, comes to his left, under pressure, heaves it away, out of bounds. Nosa Igwe was the man, number 94, who was in McElroy's vision. There's Igwe, redshirt freshman from Mansfield, Texas.
We have said that in this situation, the front four for Auburn has made plays. Fairley has 1 sack, but a penalty on top of it. See if he can do it here.
3rd and 5. Jones, top of the screen. Bump and run action against him. McElroy under some pressure. Steps up. He's got a man open. It's Julio.
Tell you, if you don't get him in the pocket, you're going to pay a penalty. Nico Thorpe in coverage, you can't cover, but watch the footwork by the quarterback. McElroy, he dodges the blitz and then doesn't panic. One-on-one to the outside. That time was created that time because McElroy was beautiful in the pocket. Watch this. Clean. Goes right around Carter that time and then makes the throw. Carter was basically unblocked, and McElroy got that off.
Richardson in, McElroy under center. 1st and goal. McElroy. Richardson dropped it.
Wow.
Oh.
That shouldn't count if you got a streak going like that, should you? Shouldn't that be somewhere else? Shouldn't that be an error? Still got a no-hitter going or something like that?
Gee, minute. And Richardson, much more than Ingram, has been used in the passing game. And here's the Alabama Red Zone 2 trips today. The Verizon Red Zone stats.
Wildcat.
McElroy wide left. Richardson.
I'll tell you, Nick Fairley got the penetration that time to make the play. This could be a huge stop, a drop on first time by Richardson, and watch Nick Fairley, number 90, get inside penetration. He's right here. Blocked down, doesn't get to him, crawls forward and throws himself on the play.
Yes.
Couldn't get it cleared fast enough. Sorry there.
Josh Bynes came up to clean it up, and now it's 3rd and goal. Vlahos over the ball. Hanks joins Jones. McElroy incomplete. Intended for Hanks. Coverage from McNeil.
Well, the first down drop just started it going the wrong direction, didn't it? This time, good coverage to the outside. McNeil was forced a wide throw. And a huge stop by this Auburn defense.
Alabama, as they have all year, uses a short field goal kicker, Jeremy Shelley, and a long Kate Foster. So here's Shelley. This is from 20 yards out. And Jeremy Shelley now for the season is 11 of 15. Longest is 42. So Gene Chizik, looking for any kind of sign of life, finds some encouragement. They held him to 3 instead of 7. 'Tis a gray, overcast day, but the blimp's up there. And thank heaven it is. Our aerial coverage of the SEC on CBS Sports provided by Goodyear. Front moves through here overnight. Heavy rains and a severe temperature drop. It was 80 degrees here yesterday. This morning, 42. And at game time, hovering between 45 and 50. But supposedly, this front is going to move on out of here, and the skies are expected to clear later this afternoon. That's as much as I know about weather.
Seems like the Alabama sideline is bright sunny for their
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
They look happy as can be over there.
What are you talking about, bad weather? Here's Kate Foster to kick off. That's taken by McCaleb. Near side. Bumped out of bounds. Good coverage downfield on special
Good
teams.
directional kick that time, too.
DeQuan Mincy. Well, the Alabama Crimson Tide won the national championship last year. Auburn trying to win it this year. And that leads us to the... Come on, Duck. He's not going to come out. The Affleck trivia question. Oh, I missed him?
Yep.
I missed
He
the
was
Duck?
out there, yep.
No.
He did it quicker. It's Thanksgiving. He was very, very nervous.
Yeah, the Duck, he heard a lot of whack, whack, whack. Anyway, only one state has provided back-to-back national champions. I can't believe
You missed it.
I missed the Duck.
Yeah, boy. I tell you, the matchup that intrigued me in this game was the two guys that are calling the shots in this game. Nick Saban, who was at the peak of his career at LSU, and he gets the Miami Dolphin job. At the same time, Gus Malzahn, the offensive coordinator, was a high school coach. I wondered, and I think a lot of the people in college football and love football wanted to know, what would Nick do against this spread?
Yeah, sure. Second down. Sweep right. Great defensive pursuit. Yes.
And I've been asked, and here's my first recruit well is number one.
Okay.
The guys up front have been winning the battles. Marcel Darius, those guys up front, square. They have been doing the job. Chapman. When you win in the defensive line, and it's why I don't think this offense would work in the National Football League. When those defensive linemen do that, there's just no place to go.
3rd and 5. Newton has a man open. It's Cody Burns, who, as we mentioned earlier, was the starting quarterback in this game 2 years ago here. That is a 20-yard gain. Will Lowry with the tackle.
A double pump caused Mark Barron to close on the play, and Cody Burns went right by him.
Michael Dyer popped.
Mark
Barron got him. Yep. There's a flag down.
There's 3 really All-Americans on this defense. Mark Barron is one of them.
Substitution.
Was it Chapman coming in late and Will Lowry going off the field late?
Ooh.
Oh, Mark Barron.
Wow.
That is a form tackle. I think Chapman 99 was coming on and 29 Will Lowry was coming off, and then you got a quick snap by the Auburn offense.
Nick Saban is out on the field.
On the defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Auburn is allowed to quick snap if they don't substitute, and they did not substitute on that play.
First down. Newton, good downfield coverage. Boy, he can't get loose today. How many times this season have we seen him avoid defenders in space? Gary, goes back to your point. This is a really good tackling team.
It is a good tackling team, and on tape, and I told that to Kirby Smart, and he looked at me like dumbfounded. And I said, no, you are. I hate to tell you, you're one of the better tackling teams in this conference. But I'll say another thing. The Alabama corners are locking on the Auburn receivers. They have no fear in their eyes.
On second down, Newton rolling right. Off his back foot, he completes it. That's caught by Darvin Adams, number 89. And that's going to be a first down for Auburn. Just one more.
I don't know if that one was caught or not. You're going to see a quick snap by Auburn here. This might want to be replayed. Oh, they beat it. No. It was stopped. The field judge stopped the play. They're going to review it.
Bobby Eilert Jr.
Play is under further review.
Aha.
I think that ball hit the ground.
Replay official is Ben Oldham. The catch given to Darvin Adams for the moment.
Let's see if we can see it hit the ground. Hightower matching up.
Ooh.
Oh, the ball. You see that slip through there?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to overturn that. See, one of the differences that the Alabama defense does is they're willing to put their corners in man-to-man situations. There's not a lot of other teams that are willing to do it. Yeah, they're going to overturn that one. And it was third down on the play, so remember, that's going to probably force a punt. Most of the time, I think that they're going to be taken to review this is getting the ball back in the right spot for fourth down.
Darvin Adams, leading receiver on the team, and now Tom Ritter.
We have a little discussion up here whether it was second down the previous play or was it third. Oh, it was second down, I'm being told. So it would be third down coming up. My bad.
You're forgiven.
You know, I have this eerie feeling that I've seen this before, okay? And I did a game, Nebraska, the day after Thanksgiving, when they played Colorado. They were the #1 ranked team in the country, and I think they lost 63 to something. Eric Crouch, remember that team?
2001.
2001. They actually ended up still playing in the national championship game. Remember all that controversy after losing that game.
Right.
And I'll tell you something else I remember. Eric Crouch won the Heisman after losing that game.
I do remember that, yes. What are you suggesting?
I'm not suggesting that. Here's what I think. If Auburn, considering that TCU and Boise State have played the way they've played,
Right.
considering what Wisconsin's done, another team, they better make this game a lot closer if they lose. It has to be a hair loss. If they get blown out here, I don't think the voters are going to be kind to them.
After further review, the pass is incomplete. Fourth down, 7 at the 47-yard line.
Well, I would suggest that there's more than a small degree of interest in what's happening here in the state of Idaho and in north central Texas.
And in the Big Ten, in the Big 12, and out there on the West Coast. You're right.
So it's second down.
No.
Third, I beg your pardon.
Yes. Okay, that's one each.
No, you're right. Now Nick's out on the field again at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, he knew the down marker was wrong. He knew it was third down.
Too much turkey for too many people.
Nick was confused, but we don't make as much money as Nick. He should know that thing, shouldn't he?
Yeah, you make $4 million a year. You're not allowed. No errors.
There we go. They got their dime package in. Does Alabama?
Blitz. Newton finds Cody Burns, first down at the 40-yard line.
I think this is the way that Auburn will have to open up the game. It will be with Cam Newton's arm. I think it's pretty clear that they're not able to block this front, this sold-out front by Alabama. He's going to have to do it with his arm.
First and 10 from the 40. Quick hitter at left tackle. That's Michael Dyer, number 5. Dyer, the
True freshman out of North Little Rock, Arkansas, who turned down the Razorbacks to sign with Gus Malzahn and Auburn. 2nd and 6. Goes deep, got a man open, wide open. Touchdown, Auburn. Emory Blake, number 80.
He bobbled that thing, didn't he? And Mark Barron almost got it. It's that play-action pass that Tebow made so famous. Quarterback play action, actually faking the run by himself and then delivering the ball with the pass. That's what they got. They got the pass game. Two-man route to the outside, and Mark Barron ahead of Emory Blake.
36-yard touchdown toss. Here's Wes Byram, the all-time point scorer.
Snuck that one in.
Yes. And take another look at Emory Blake getting free.
It's 2-on-2 out here. Watch Blake go right down the sideline. Barron pauses for a second. Just a second on the play action. See that? Just him looking inside and seeing the run. The ball was juggled, and then just before Barron gets his hand there, Blake secures it.
Auburn gets on the board. Cam Newton with the touchdown toss. 24-7. More SEC action for you tomorrow, 3:30 Eastern time up in Little Rock. Significant SEC West battle. The 5th-ranked LSU Tigers against the Arkansas Razorbacks. And guess who's going to make a guest appearance on the pregame show tomorrow? Mr. Danielson, safe travels.
I heard Brando's ready for me. I gotta have to do some prep work for this thing tomorrow.
That could mean any of several things.
No, but Brando, you know, he's that TCU Boise State guy. So.
Yeah, okay. And I don't doubt for a moment that you've done your homework.
I had this little iron bowl thing in between.
24-7, 5:08 to go. Richardson and Julio Jones in the deep men, and this will be Julio Jones at the 7. Kind of unusual to see your all-star wide receiver back there returning kicks.
Well, he's the off guy, but they kicked it right to him, didn't they? You know, here it is right. Oh, I'm sorry, we got an answer first.
Yeah, I know you're standing by for this. I caught the duck. The only state with 2 different national champions in consecutive seasons, it would be Tejas. TCU, Davey O'Brien, the quarterback, 1938. Texas A&M, John Kimbrough, the star, 1939. Cam Newton, by the way, is one of 3 finalists for the Davey O'Brien Award this year. Kellen Moore, Andrew Luck, the other 2. Oh, boy. That one floating around up in the air.
Yeah, that was a great defensive call that time by Ted Roof. He had everybody at the line of scrimmage, but dropped one of his down linemen. Greg McElroy never saw it. He was lucky to get out of this. Watch, see Josh Burns right there. He was lined up as one of the down with his hand down, and he came back to make the play.
McElroy gets rid of it to Dial, but Dial is upended as he gets to the 25. Boy, McElroy had a defender right in his face. Antoine Carter, number 45.
Yeah, a little bootleg action. It's a sneak route to the outside. Dial gets it. Off the boot. This is a big stop right here.
Yes,
Remember,
it is.
Auburn gets the ball back to start the second half, and they also get 2 starters, 2 important backups on the defensive line in the second half.
3rd and 7. Blitz. Caught. First down at the 35-yard line. Darius Hanks, number 15.
I'll tell you, Julio Jones' importance just to the outside of this. A little square out, throw right here. But because Julio Jones has been having such a good game, inside Damon Washington didn't let him go, and that created the spot. Julio going to the outside. Damon Washington stayed with him 2 steps too long, and that created the hole in the zone.
First down 10. Ingram alongside McElroy. Quick flip right side. Julio Jones, 7th catch.
Great block outs there that time. Darius Hanks. I'll tell you, Julio Jones. This ball floats out there, and watch Hanks make the block. Number 15 throws and takes down Washington, and then he skips through. Right through Craig Stevenson's arms and into the secondary, and Julio Jones is having a monster, isn't he?
Oh my goodness, he's already at 174 yards.
Could see it coming.
7 catches. McElroy has thrown for 300, and we're still early in the ball game. This is Ingram. $17-yard gain.
There's time to screen game. They throw long, they throw short, they go shotgun. Now it's their devastating screen game. Get outside behind Warmack. I don't know, there's not a lot of guys that read that screen blocking as well as Ingram does.
Offensive coordinator for Greg McElroy is Jim McElwain from Montana. That's Jim with the eyeglasses perched on his nose. I think back to the conversation we had with him last year, and he was concerned that perhaps the job of Alabama quarterback was too big for Greg McElroy.
He was wrong, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Greg McElroy has stepped up.
And he's admitted that he
was.
.241 to go in the first half. 24-7 Alabama, and they've ridden the arm of senior quarterback Greg McElroy. 17 of 21 in the first half. He's hit a career high. His previous high was 315. His mom and dad, Greg and Jamie, in the stands. Greg Sr. is a senior executive with the Dallas Cowboys football team. Here's McElroy going right. Ingram. Craig Stevens. And we've met, I don't know, half dozen, maybe 8 times with Greg McElroy in the last couple of years as he has been a starter. And he did a very gracious thing yesterday. Our meeting was complete. He walked out, did a couple of on-camera interviews, and came back in to say goodbye. Right. Just said, may not see you again. Thanks.
Someday I hope you vote for me. Is that kind of
Yeah, if it doesn't work out in sports management, politics is always going to be there.
Well, he is strong. He wants to be a pro football player, and he might have a chance.
Preston Dial.
When you're that accurate of a thrower, this time it's go to Dial, the tight end, just squares off, ball's put properly. Well, a little bit behind that time. Nice catch by Dial. But he's delivering. The all-time record, by the way, Scott Hunter, my old teammate, 1969, 484 against Auburn. Got a chance, doesn't he?
Yeah. 140 to go. Here's a toss. Fumble. It's on the ground to Sharvin Bell.
Yeah, he did a great job that time. Laid out. Carpenter was trying to get outside number 77, and Bell beats him, splits the block, and makes the play. The ball's loosed. That would have been, that's the second time in one game.
1:10 to go before the break. My gosh. This has been unexpected. Play
Hey, he's got it. Might be a good timeout, because I was just going to point out that he's got Washington on Julio Jones. A complete mismatch out there.
Well, coming up, the Geico halftime report. Tim Spencer, Archie Manning's with him. And when your son is thrown for 335 yards, or your brother, that's Greg, Jamie, and the sister Blair on the right. Looks just like you and me doing Soldier.
Yeah, we did that one time.
Right? Yeah.
You wonder now, if it's second down, right here, goal to go, do you not throw the ball twice at Julio Jones? Unless they double team him, and it actually does appear that they might double team him here.
Oh, he fumbled. He fumbled.
Barely got him again.
Yes.
I'll tell
And
you,
fairly recovers.
he is as good as Mark Richt, the coach from Georgia, said he's as close to Warren Sapp as I've seen. Watch him come through. I think that's him right there. Beats Steen inside. Remember, Barrett Jones would be there. He baits the substitute, and then he crawls back on the football.
Huge play.
Boy, is that guy quick. What a play.
Newton back. Got a man open. Darvin Adams. Little tap dance on the sidelines. Move the chain.
I asked Gus Malzahn about Cam Newton. I said, Gus, if he was in a spread passing attack, could he lead the country in passing? And he said yes.
49 seconds to go. Auburn with only one timeout remaining. But even the denial of points by that fumble recovery.
Twice down there. Drop pass by Richardson and a sack. Remember, he had the big stop previous, too.
Right side tipped. Drake Kirkpatrick, and then the pass is caught but out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a great play by Darvin Adams right there. Small windows, they have to be thrown in here. Kirkpatrick tips it. Adams stays with it. Had his foot down.
Whoa.
We're going to look at it.
The answer apparently is no. Wrap around. Ontario Michaela.
C.J. Mosley, freshman, a true freshman. Can you imagine walking in to a national championship defense and starting as a freshman? You know, he was a high school basketball player and track star. He's barely even touched a weight in his life. He's going to grow up to be a huge linebacker.
Newton got him. Courtney Upshaw, number 41. Timeout. That is the 4th sack by Alabama.
I'll tell you, that's the second time he's gotten Lee Zimba on this with an inside move this time. Man, oh man. I think that front four for Alabama hasn't been challenged to be a difference maker in this game.
Well, there was one play a moment ago that was not challenged, was not reviewed.
I'll tell you, I would have wanted to take a second look at that one.
Absolutely.
That shot we had right there was pretty clear. Kirkpatrick does a wonderful job getting his hand on it, but look at Darvin Adams. Concentrating one hand, he knows Lowry's going to put one on him, a hit right on the end of the play.
Shoemaker on to punt, 11 seconds before the break. Mays says get away from it, and he does. It'll come to rest after 34. McElroy and Julio Jones were brilliant in the first half, leading to a 24-7 Alabama lead. But Nick Fairley's fumble recovery after the sack of Greg McElroy denied Alabama another scoring opportunity. Here's Tracy and Gene Chizik.
Thanks, Vern. Coach, this is the first time we've really seen Cam Newton struggle to move the ball. What's been the problem so far?
Well, I just think our whole football team right now, we need to settle down and play. We had a little bit of success there later in the half. We got to settle down. We got to figure out what adjustments we need to make. Defensively, we're giving up too many big plays, so we got to go get it figured out.
You mentioned the big plays on defense, and we talked before the game about containing Julio Jones, and you said that would be key. So what do you need to do in the second half?
Well, we're going to have to find some ways to double him, to play hard on him up front and play somebody deep over the top. We just got to get him under control, and we got to tackle better.
Thanks a lot. Vern?
Tracy, thank you. 24-7. Alabama leads it. Let's go back to Tim Brando in our New York studios. Halftime in Tuscaloosa. Let's go down to Tracy Wolfson.
Vern, this game today has been called the most significant game in the series since 1989, when Auburn hosted the game in Jordan-Hare Stadium for the first time ever. The Tigers won that emotional battle. And in our SEC moment presented by Sonic, we look back at some of the other Iron Bowl memories of the last 4 decades.
Auburn going after it. Here's a good snap. It is blocked. It is blocked. It's caught on a run. It's caught on a run. He's going to score.
Nobody split. Give the ball up and over. It is, I believe. Touchdown. Touchdown, Auburn. There is the snap. The kick. It is in the air. It has shifted. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Put it in the books. Auburn is going to win it 6 in a row.
They're going to play action on the rollout. McElroy. Touchdown up Church. And Alabama stays undefeated.
And Alabama is leading at the half in this one, 24-7. Back to the Iron Bowl with the second half after these messages.
Looking, here comes the pressure.
Throw deep. He's got a man down there. It is caught.
And this is the 75th playing of the Iron Bowl. First in 1893. Let's go down to Tracy moments ago. She's with Nick Saban.
Coach, as Auburn team comes in, #1 in the SEC in rushing, negative 10 yards in this first half. How have you been able to limit Cam Newton and what they can do?
We've just done a good job up front, but you know they're a good team. We've got to keep adjusting to what they do, and we got to keep playing on the line of scrimmage and doing a good job of tackling. But we got to eliminate the big plays, and we got to take advantage of our opportunities when we get the ball in the red zone.
Thanks a lot. Good luck in the second half.
You.
I gather he wasn't too happy with those fumbles and that big drop pass.
Yeah, I mean, there's 3 more times that touchdowns could have been scored. As bad as it is for Auburn, it could have been worse.
Yes. Right? Kate Foster, number 43, getting ready to kick off. On your left is Ontario McCaleb, and there is DeMond Washington, 1 kickoff return for a touchdown this year. That of 95 yards. 24-7. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Tracy Wolfson. Third quarter underway. At the 10, Washington. And he moves it out across the 30 to the 32. Well, what do you think? Can Auburn get back?
I was out at practice Wednesday,
right?
And my old coach, Joe Pendry from the Cleveland Browns, told me this. He goes, Gary, it's blocking and tackling. No matter what the formations are, what happens. And in this game, Alabama has blocked better and tackled better so far in this football game, and that's why they're dominating so far. This Auburn veteran offensive line must do a better job up front. Cam Newton will be throwing, but they can't allow that penetration. There it is again.
Oh, boy. Hightower got him.
Yeah, and right behind him was Mark Barron. Right, 2, 1, 2, 3, hitting it. And you know, Vern, against these spreads, I've been saying all year, you cannot allow the quarterback to stand still and do the stutter step. It looks to me like this Alabama front, instead of just playing 2-gap, they're coming off the edges and trying to hit the play in the backfield.
Loss of 1. Newton back to throw deep, and he's got Emory Blake wide open. There was Barron, and Barron falls down. It's Zachary instead of Blake. 81 instead of 80. Zachary opens with a 70-yard touchdown catch.
I don't understand what Mark Barron was doing on this play. I thought he had an interception all the way, and then at the end he just kind of stood there and never wrapped up the receiver.
Well, how about that to open up the third quarter?
Hey, this guy is not just a runner. I've been saying it all year. Cam Newton can throw the football. Now you have a football game. Bottom of the screen, Barron goes to center field and then adjusts to the ball. Just overran it, never found the football. And what a great job Zachary did concentrating on the ball. You see Barron overran it, misjudged it, and Auburn's back in the game.
Darrell Zachary's 70-yard touchdown catch has carved 7 off the deficit as Auburn tries to come from what was a 21-0 trailing. They have come back against West Virginia in 09 and 3 times this year from Clemson, South Carolina, and Georgia, and they're trying to climb out of an even deeper hole today.
Yeah. I've been saying all week I thought it'd be a high-scoring game, but it's going to be, if Auburn gets in, it's going to have to be a real high-scoring game.
Wes Byram will kick off. Out of bounds. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
One more look. D. Milliner is playing corner on the play. Down here is where it happens, but watch Mark Barron's action on the play. Play action pass, he takes the tight end for a while and then gets past the wide receiver right here. Goes back for the wide receiver. Now the ball's in the air. I thought he's going to eat this pass up all the way, and he just kind of overruns it. And as Nick Saban said to Tracy not 2 minutes ago, we can't give up the big play. That's a big play.
McElroy at quarterback. Mark Ingram is the running back. On first down 10, the sun starts to peek through the clouds. Ingram to the 45. After that out-of-bounds kickoff, let's take a look at first half trends.
Well, it's going to be all Alabama, obviously, when McElroy started out so hot. Career high in the first half, obviously. Cam Newton, known as a runner and passer. First half, he was mostly a passer, but not the yards you expect. Auburn's rush game. So hot. Consecutive 300-yard games, -10. And, of course, Julio Jones has been a mismatch.
Marquise Mays in motion. McElroy throws it behind him. Nico Thorpe, number 15, defending, and he had a better shot at the ball than did Mays. Third down. Sense of hope from the Auburn crowd. Mike Blanc, number 93, is on the field. He sat out. He was one of 2 who had to sit out the first half because of ejections in the game against Georgia. So Blanc is out there, number 93. McElroy back. Across the middle, caught. Barry, 4th down. Mike McNeil leveled Darius Hanks.
Call it a robber defense. Put your safety, and he takes the crossing routes on the play. Man-to-man on the outside. Actually, on that play, Greg McElroy misread it. And will they go for it on 4th down?
It appears they will.
Or at least try to draw him offside.
Yeah.
One of the 2, right?
4th and 1. And here comes Alabama. McElroy, I don't know. Now the nose appeared to nudge the yellow line. First down. And that yellow line, of course, I've told you over the years, is unofficial.
Nice quick count. Good strategy by Alabama. You see Auburn was still lining up, and they caught him in a quick count on the sneak. There it is right on top. You can see it. Good angle right in the crease.
First down 10. Alabama.
Big cushion out on Julio Jones out there.
Hand off right tackle. Mark Ingram, number 22. Well, Julio Jones having a wonderful day today. 7 catches, 174.
You can almost see it coming. We built this thing figuring it might happen, and it happened. Huh? The big receivers all across this league has given this Auburn defense problems.
Second down 8. There's Julio Jones. Top of the screen, wide left. Ingram splits out wide right. Nico Thorpe has him. Little pass underneath to Richardson, who trips and falls and is down at the 10. And El Toro Freeman, number 21, was there to make sure he stayed down.
Yeah, he beat Anthony Steen that time, the guard. Alabama screen game that is so good, and Freeman did a wonderful job of anticipating that screen and beating the guard to the spot.
3rd and 10.
Well, we like to look at matchups in the secondary, but the matchup that's going to count is that guy right there. They have to figure out a way to slow him down.
Alabama calls time. So they use one, facing 3rd and 10. We'll be right back. Got a view from overhead of Bryant-Denny Stadium. Over the avenue to your left, that's Paul Bryant Drive. Aerial coverage of the SEC on CBS Sports, provided by Goodyear. There have been some missed opportunities for the Crimson Tide, Gary.
First play was made by Antoine Carter, number 45. Remember, he pops the ball loose, goes out of the end zone, or recovered in the end zone by Auburn. That was one save. The drop pass by Richardson. And Nick Fairley stopped the running play after that and then got a sack and recovered his own fumble. He caused fumble on the play. Big stops by this Auburn defense, and if they get another one right here, they're going to get back on the field with only a 10-point game.
3rd down 10 right now. McElroy looking deep left side for Hanks. It's tipped and incomplete. That was to Sharvin Bell, number 22.
Well, he had one-on-one to the outside. DeSharvin Bell just beat him. Ball was thrown behind again. That ball was thrown behind. McElroy would have got that out in front of him. That would have been a complete pass. But that's what happens when you go man-to-man. You force a perfect throw, and he didn't get one.
Cody Mandel is on to punt, his first today. And Quindarius Carr, number 9, is perched at the 10-yard line. Nice and high, and a fair catch called by Carr at the 18-yard line. 32-yard punt, nothing on the return. And so
this game never ceases to amaze me. Just stay in it, just keep chopping wood. Get back in the game, and Auburn is back in this football game.
We'll be back in a moment. South Carolina Gamecocks have won the SEC East. They do have a game at Clemson tomorrow, but they will make their way to Atlanta for the first time, and they will take on the Auburn Tigers. Auburn has already clinched the spot out west. Auburn, South Carolina in Atlanta. And we will, of course, be there next Saturday afternoon, 4 o'clock Eastern Time. The Gamecocks in the SEC Championship game for the first time. Look forward to seeing Steve Spurrier along with Gene Chizik and the Auburn Tigers in the Georgia Dome. 24-14. Ontario McCaleb is alongside Cam Newton. Into the secondary one of the few times today. And he's still not in positive yardage rushing the football. That's a 6-yard gain, but he's still -4 carrying because in college ball, for some reason, they insist on taking sacks off the rushing total.
And Alabama's had 4 of them today.
Yeah.
They're the worst in the SEC in sacks.
McCaleb going around the edge. Get a block on the corner. And Barron forces him out of bounds, but it's an Auburn first down.
And now, because of the 2 scores, this Auburn team can now run their entire offense. You get the passing game going, and all of a sudden, the fly sweep game and the run game goes.
Cody Burns and Emory Blake, 2 wide receivers with key blocks to get McCaleb around the corner. First down, 10. They come left side. It's Michael Dyer forced inside by Courtney Upshaw. Well, Cam Newton.
Yeah, he can't do it himself. In the first half, that defensive line and linebackers for Alabama seemed to find all of the gaps and defeated all of the blocks, but he's been coming on late. And he can throw the football.
Second down, 9. That one tipped and incomplete. It was intended for Eric Smith, the H-back.
Yeah, C.J. Mosley did a great job again. Right in the right spot. Mosley, number 32, reads the eyes of Cam Newton. Even if it would have been completed, it would have been for a very short gain.
Third and 9. Alabama with 3 down.
Hightower is basically their wild card guy. He's half defensive and half linebacker.
And he comes. Newton chased. Heaves it. Incomplete for Darvin Adams. 4th down.
Pressure inside. Hightower and Darius forced Cam out of the pocket, threw it on the run, and you can see behind the receiver, Darvin Adams on the play. Good pass rush. Forced Cam out of the pocket.
Ryan Shoemaker on the punt. Return on all the way. Fair catch called and taken by Marquise Mays. That's a 36-yard punt. And with the fair catch, nothing on the return. 24-14 with 9:05. When we come back, Greg McElroy at quarterback. And now Red Lobster presents today's scholar athlete, Ryan Pugh. 3.5 grade point average in building sciences and a low senior class award finalist for the Auburn Tigers. And for the Alabama Crimson Tide, Barrett Jones, unable to play today, the right guard for this team, a 4.0 with a major in accounting and a 2010 Cresida first team All-American. Red Lobster's commitment to the investment of our future shown today by donating $1,000 to each school's general scholarship fund. Michael Goggins, number 49, is on the field now for Auburn for the first time. He, like Blanc, had to sit out the first half because of the ejection in the game against Georgia.
Gotta figure they're going to get the ball to Julio Jones here quick, don't you think?
Well, McElroy is going to be sacked before he can throw it.
What?
Gary, this Alabama team was so dominant in the last 4 drives. A fumble, a field goal, a fumble, and a punt.
Yeah, and right now Greg has to understand that he just doesn't have that long to throw the ball. This front 4, that time it was Goggins, made the play, number 49. He's got to throw on rhythm against this front 4 for Auburn.
Second down and 12.
They'll get you. Those guys will get you. There it is.
There it is. Julio Jones caught from behind. He does manage to get out near the 27-yard line. Zach Etheridge, number 4, wrapped him up. Now let's go back to the studio for this John Hancock update.
All right, Vern, it's the last game for Colorado in the Big 12. And watch Rex Burkett here on the halfback pass for Nebraska. He finds Brandon Kenny for 26 yards and a touchdown. 17-3 Huskers at the half with a win. They will claim the Big 12 North. Back to you.
All right, Tim, thank you. It's 3rd down and 7 here.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting that wide receiver screen on 1st down, to tell you the truth.
Jones, bottom of the screen. Blitz. McElroy hit as he lets it go. Incomplete. That blitz obviously affected McElroy.
Yeah, Josh Bynes that time.
Flag down. It was Josh Bynes who was coming.
Sure. They jumped to a bare front. What that means is they covered the 3 inside guys, and this time the linebacker comes right, and that's a clean play. That can't be the penalty. Which obviously was on Alabama. Everybody switching on the field.
Yeah. Tom Ritter is our referee. There's Josh Bynes, leading tackler.
Ineligible player downfield on the offense. The tight end was covered up. A penalty is declined. 4th down.
And so the Tigers will get it back. Bynes, middle linebacker for the Tigers, leading tackler on the team. And Cody Mandel will punt for the 2nd time. It's Quindarius Carr back to return it. He wears number 9 in white. Fair catch. Carr grabs it, 25-yard line. Sunday on The Amazing Race. A sushi showdown could push the teams to the limit. Don't miss a new Amazing Race after 60 minutes. Sunday only. CBS. 7:39 to go in this one. With 7 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter, the Crimson Tide of Alabama had a 24-0 lead. 2nd play of this half, Cam Newton hit Terrell Zachary with a 70-yard touchdown. Here's Newton into the secondary. Out to the 34, maybe the 35. Lester made the tackle.
Well, this is the zone read keep off the fly sweep. Actually, it's a power play that time. Byron Isom just comes. It's a kick out all the way. But you will notice so far in this game, the Alabama secondary is tackling well. They're not giving up the missed tackle big plays. A couple bad pass plays.
Yes. 2nd and 1. Newton fires it out to McCaleb. Out on the edge, and McCaleb out of bounds at the 49 with a fresh series of downs for the Tigers.
And a guy is able to throw the ball like Cam does. And the type of offense that he has, Gus Malzahn's been running it for 5 years. They are making adjustments.
Play fake. Newton cuts it up, gets a couple. He's across the 50 near the 48. There's Gus Malzahn. Had that picture a while ago when he was at Springdale, Arkansas High School. His quarterback then was Mitch Mustaine, who started as a freshman at Arkansas, transferred to USC, and will get his first start tomorrow night because of Matt Barkley's injury as USC hosts Notre Dame. 2nd down.
I think they only got 10 guys out there.
Really?
Yep.
Reverse. This is Zachary.
I'm pretty sure they only had 10.
Yeah. Flag is down.
Sure. I don't think having 10 is a penalty.
No. Well, the indication substitution infraction against Alabama.
Substitution infraction on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
It just must means that one of their players didn't get out on the field past the hash, I guess, of the numbers. Let's go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it. You can almost see down here on the bottom, Nick Saban was yelling for one more player to get out there.
Yeah. Well, they haven't moved the now they're moving the marker.
Oh, and I think what happened is real late on the play, Will Lowry came out on the play. And that's what actually caused the penalty. If they would have just played with 10, they were okay.
Handoff. McCaleb around the corner. And a first down at the Alabama 33-yard line.
Read play. Keep play. Well blocked that time by Zimba. He's had some trouble pass blocking, but that time he did a good job on the run block.
Lee Zimba again with the block, and here goes McCaleb. He's got a lot of speed. Not a big guy, 170 pounds. Milner, number 28, makes the tackle. That's a gain of 20.
Incredible. You watch his team, good block up front that time by Mike Berry, the left guard. Gets it into the secondary. Another successful play. And you can see the speed up to hurry up offense now is starting to take effect.
Newton inside the 10. He can pick up 2 yards just by falling over.
Yes, he can. He's very tough to stop in those short yardage situations.
C.J. Mosley. Kirby Smart, right side. Nick Saban. 2nd and 6 at the 8.
I think Auburn ran that play with only 10 men on the field. Because 2 guys just ran in and only 1 guy left.
Deductive reasoning.
Yep.
Fannin, who hasn't played much today. Here's Newton. There's Mario Fannin. You think the play was designed for him? And that's going to be a 1st and goal. Mario Fannin, number 27.
Boy, what's the lesson for Auburn? Keep playing. What's the lesson for Alabama? Don't give away opportunities. Auburn's got their offense going now.
Yeah, we are getting set up for some kind of final quarter. 4:34 to go in the 3rd. Newton has it. Touchdown, Tigers. Cam Newton rode the block of Mike Berry.
Power one way, unbalanced line, just power it in. Incredible. If it was a Little League game, they might have mercied it in the first quarter.
It was 21-0 after 3 Alabama possessions. Simultaneously, 3 consecutive 3-and-outs.
That's what happens when you have 24 seniors on your football team like Auburn.
18th rushing touchdown to break the school record held by a couple of pretty decent players. Bo Jackson, Cadillac Williams, 24-21. Kind of an animated conversation going on with Cam Newton and his coach, Gus Malzahn. 24-21, 4:25 to go. Bo Jackson in 85, Cam Newton in 10. Jackson, of course, a Heisman Trophy winner in 85, and Newton, the presumptive front-runner this year. So much in terms of his aspirations for a Heisman and leading his team to a national title reside in the next 19 minutes on this football field. Julio Jones, Trent Richardson back to return it. Wes Byram will kick it off.
In this situation, coaches I've had have always said, think players, not plays. They need to go to Mark Ingram, Julio Jones.
2 weeks ago, Byram had an onside kick against Georgia, not this time. It's kind of a squib, and it will go right between Richardson and Jones and will result in a touchback. Now let's go to Tim Brando for this Heisman Watch presented by Nissan.
All right, Vern, Gary, Kellen Moore, one of the top 3, no doubt, in the Heisman balloting, one would think, will be showcasing his talents tonight against Nevada. And by the way, Gary, you and I will have a little conversation about their validity for a possible BCS championship tomorrow, okay, buddy? Michael James is considered number 2 by most observers. He'll play tonight against Arizona. And Terrell Pryor will have at least a Rose Bowl berth on the line for Michigan tomorrow. Back to you guys.
Your turn.
I'm watching a lot of good football players out here, Tim. That's all I got to say. A lot of good football players.
First down and 10. Alabama by 3. On first down, it's Richardson. Yes. Craig Stevens, number 46.
Been through the wars, a senior. He was here when they lost 36-0. He was there last year when they almost took the championship away from Alabama. The Alabama offensive line that was dominating in the first half is no longer getting any push.
Second down and 9. Preston Dial comes up tight to the right. Jones, top of the screen. McElroy back. Fires it deep. Tipped, incomplete.
Yeah, he dropped it.
McNeil and Bynes around the body of Julio Jones.
Can't throw it any better than this one. You're going to get hit anyway. Julio usually catches that, but Bynes got his hand on it. If you notice that, Bynes popped that ball loose. Nice play by Josh Bynes.
Look at the total yardage. First half, second half. Here's your basic big third quarter play. 3rd and 9 in a 3-point game. McElroy, little swing. Richardson trying to get loose. He's brought down. What a terrific effort. Antoine Carter, number 45. 4th down. Alabama has to punt.
Give that call to the front 4 for Auburn. The coaching staff for Alabama did not believe they could pass block him, and on 3rd and long, they went with a screen pass.
And so 4th down, Alabama will give it up. Quindarius Carr back at the 40. So barring something extraordinary, pretty good field position now for the Auburn Tigers. Whoa. No.
It's loose. It's loose.
Wow. What a decision by Carr. What was he thinking?
Without a fair catch, the way that offense has been going.
Oh, man.
First it was Drake Kirkpatrick, and then it was cleaned up by Courtney Upshaw. Watch Drake Kirkpatrick. Number 1, Upshaw pops it loose. And I think Kirkpatrick might have got it.
Yes, he did.
Uncalled for play, especially these two teams. They're number 1 and number 3 in the country, not giving up returns. You almost know you got a fair catch.
And he has made fair catches throughout. Here's McElroy in the first turnover of the game. Quickly, who do you think he might want to go to?
Yep. And I'll tell you, Steen, offensive lineman that replaces Barrett Jones, is down on the play. That's a nice catch. A little bit back shoulder, but receiver adjusted to it.
That's a gain of 14 and a first down at the 13-yard line, call it. Quindarius Carr with the decision to return the punt. Hit by Courtney Upshaw, and Dre Kirkpatrick fumbles. 2:13 to go. Here's McElroy. There's Julio Jones.
I thought that ball was a little late that time. On a quick catch like that, I thought Greg McElroy should have got it there quicker. Big cushion to the outside. Takes a little too long and allowed Nico Thorpe to come and close on the play.
2nd and 5.
Still positive, though, huh?
At the 7.
Yeah.
Alabama has forced 6 red zone turnovers in 2010, have committed. McElroy. 3rd down.
Tried to run a pick play that time, and even you saw Julio Jones saying you should have thrown it to the other guy. Julio tried to pick Josh Bynes on the play, and they were trying to go to Ingram. Watch Julio come down and try to pick right there for the linebacker. Ingram was run the wheel. Pick, and then kind of thought, I could say, he said, should have thrown it to my other shoulder if you were going to show it. See, throw it to my outside. Steen still not in the game.
Yes. 3rd down. McElroy looking for Jones, fires it inside, up and over the top, and the flag is thrown.
2 of them.
Damon Washington, number 14.
2 of them. 1 interference and maybe 1 illegal procedure.
Yes, there is 1 back at the 7.
Prior to the snap, false start, 65 offense. So that 5-yard penalty remains 3rd down.
That forces them to pick up the other flag now. It was actually no play. That's why it's not offsetting penalties. Watch it, left guard over here. I think that's where it happens. Just a little flinch. Yes, just before. Play is dead right there. No interference.
Chase Warmack, that's a pre-snap call. Now McElroy hurries into the huddle.
Could Auburn get another stop here? My.
9 seconds on the play clock. Now it's 7. 3rd down. 4-man rush for the Tigers. McElroy being chased and driven out of bounds. So after the turnover by Quindarius Carr, the Auburn defense holds Alabama and forces them into a field goal try.
3rd time inside the 10-yard line for Alabama today. Had to settle for a field goal. Of course, they had the sack and the fumble, and right now they have a field goal try.
Jeremy Shelley, who is the short field goal man for the Crimson Tide, is 1 of 1 today. This will be from 33 yards out. A.J. McCarron's hold is good, and Shelley cuts it inside the left upright. But Gene Chizik's got to be a little happy, and Quindarius Carr slightly relieved.
Absolutely.
(27-21), 1:05 to go.
What a stop for this Auburn defense.
What an he thought it was still Halloween and not Thanksgiving. Yeah, it was. Cade Foster will kick off. McCaleb, Damon Washington are deep. Washington, as we mentioned, had that 95-yard kickoff return to a touchdown against Ole Miss. He will get this one 95 yards away. Pretty good return out to the 33.
Well, we said Nick Fairley's going to have to make some plays, and he has made some plays. Remember, he's crawling through and stopping the running play. Then the next time Alabama's down there, he gets the sack and recovers the fumble. And then last time, that defensive line again forces McElroy with good coverage this time in the secondary. Antoine Carter comes around and makes the play. That's 3 times this Auburn defense has held Alabama inside the 10 without a touchdown.
Ontario McCaleb gets fake from Newton. Newton cuts it back up the middle of the field across the 35 out near the 38. Mark Barron, number 4, makes the tackle. 45 seconds to go, 3rd quarter.
I talked to Gus Malzahn about calling his offense. He says he memorizes it. He does not go off his board. He said, I don't have time to look at my board.
2nd down, 6. Again, the fake. They swing it out to McCaleb, and he's out on the edge by himself.
Nice play by Cam.
Yes, indeed. Kirkpatrick with the tackle, but a first down. Auburn stops the clock with 20 seconds
This
to
is
go.
the same play that they hit for a touchdown. Play action pass inside, not there. He drops it off to his running back and makes the first down pass.
10 seconds to go. And off 3 yards, maybe 4 to the 49. Michael Dyer, number 5, the freshman. And that'll be the final play of the third quarter. That's the end of 3 with the score Alabama 27, Auburn 21. We will return to Bryant-Denny Stadium right after this word from your local station. We welcome you back to Tuscaloosa and the 75th playing of the Iron Bowl. Auburn and Alabama, these two bitter in-state rivals. Alabama, the defending national champions, had a 24-0 lead. Auburn, undefeated, ranked second in the country and second in the BCS, has come back to trail by 6. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Tracy Wolfson, the Crimson Tide, and the Tigers. On 2nd and 7, the handoff right side. And McCaleb gets the handoff. It's going to be 3rd down. Well, we thought we might get something special. It looks like we're going to.
This conference never ceases to show up every week in and week out. Well, they say the definition of a rivalry is when the fear of losing to your rival is more intense than the joy of winning the game. And I think this rivalry has shown that today. Neither one of these two teams want to step up there after this game and say, oh no, I got to hear about this for a whole year.
Newton left side.
Good tackling.
It sure was. That was D. Menzie. It's 4th down.
I'll be surprised if Auburn doesn't punt this ball the way their defense has been playing in the second half.
Whoa, did Malzahn just said, do you want to go for it? 4th and 3. Let's talk about this.
Yes.
So they've called timeout.
Well, remember, he tied up the score against Georgia 2 weeks ago and then went for the onside kick. They're having a discussion. Can you pick up 3 yards? You better have a good play.
And now it's time for our Geico game recap.
Alabama opened quickly. Here was McElroy handing off to Mark Ingram, who skipped in untouched. 7-0. Alabama next possession. McElroy, Julio Jones, 68 yards, 14-0. Alabama, McElroy, who hit a career high of 335 in the first half, finds Darius Hanks, 21-0. Shelley made it 24-0 with this 20-yard field goal. And then Auburn began this tenacious comeback. First, Blake with a touchdown. Zachary, 70 yards with the touchdown. Second play of third quarter. Cam Newton over right guard for a touchdown, made it 24-21. Shelley kicks the field goal from 32, and that's where we stand, 27-21.
These coaches have to make these tough decisions. I'm saying from up here, I just don't, the way their defense is playing, Alabama has not proved they could block Auburn's defensive line. I would not risk field position.
They will go for it on 4th and 3. Lutzenkirchen comes in tight. This could be a short punt.
Yes, it could be.
No. Got it! Darvin Adams. Oh my goodness.
They did the same thing in a game that we did. It was either LSU or Georgia game, a very similar play. Pulled him in like that, and he missed the pass. Just like that. This time he delivers it.
First down after the 4th and 3. Play fake. Newton looks for a block from McCaleb, gets a little bit of one, and is out of bounds with another first down. 4th and 3. Now, Newton has kicked it in this situation before this year.
Going to go one-on-one. He knew it was one-on-one. How about the faith they have in their quarterback? Is he a running quarterback? Yes, he is, but he's a throwing quarterback, too.
First down 10 at the 25. They come right. Dyer. Lot of room out of bounds inside the 15. Another Auburn first down.
I got a big smile on my face because I just admire all these guys, the way they're competing out here. The shock that they got hit with early in this game and the way they're coming back. Now the offense is going quickly.
First down and 10. Up the middle they go again. It's Michael Dyer again.
Dyer, another one of those true freshmen. They play 6 different true freshmen on defense. Not all in started roles, obviously, but they play. And you can see the Verizon red zone.
Second down. Alabama brings one off the corner. Quick flip out to the left side. This is Emory Blake, and he fights his way to the 7-yard line.
Yeah, well defended that time. Turned back inside to where all the help was pursuing inside.
And it brings up third down on the 11th play of the drive. 3rd and 4, trailing by 6. Newton back to throw under some pressure, pulls up, has his man open, caught, Lutzenkirchen. Auburn has claimed a tie in the ball game.
How about that?
Wow. Wes Byram for the extra point. He's missed one this year. Neil Caudle, the backup quarterback, to hold. It's up, and it is good. And the undefeated Auburn Tigers have climbed back, having trailed by 24, to take a 1-point lead.
It's the court tight end sneak. They're going to roll this way. All the action goes this way, and Lutzenkirchen delays and goes to the backside. Block, 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 delay, released. One of the defenders, I think it was Lester, number 37, had man-to-man on him. He released the tight end. Once he released, wide open.
Lutzenkirchen. Gene Chizik. That's a little easier to pronounce. I know that we're in Tuscaloosa, but you could say the sun is shining in Auburn right now. Aerial coverage of the SEC on CBS, provided by Goodyear. 24 down, and Auburn has climbed back into the lead. It's not the first time they've come from a deficit. Mississippi State stopped at midfield on the final drive. They won by 3. Clemson missed a 32-yard field goal in overtime. They defeated them by 3. South Carolina trailed by 6 in the 4th quarter, wound up winning 35-27. Wes Byram, his time expired. They defeated Kentucky 37-34. Trailed by 6 in the 4th against Arkansas. Scored 28 unanswered. And here they were down by 24, 7 minutes to go in the first half.
And the sun is shining on some of those Auburn fans up there in the upper deck.
Yes, it is. Oh, my gosh.
Isn't that an omen? Well, there is no such thing as omens in football. You got to block and tackle. Now it's Alabama's turn.
Taken short, Jones to the 32-yard line. Well, some of the Auburn fans, you don't get the best seats here, but
look at that.
Look at that. That's the Auburn section. Omens.
Well,
28-27. Alabama, the last 4 possessions, punt, 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 and a field goal.
well, you get inside the 10-yard line 3 times, you come out with 2 field goals. That's going to come back and haunt you, and it has.
McElroy. Hand off, left side, Richardson. Breaks the tackle, and he is down at the 38-yard line. And let's go down to Tracy Wolfson.
Well, guys, after that kickoff return, Julio Jones came to the bench limping. They are looking at his right knee right now. Any more information, I'll pass it on.
At the end of the kickoff return, Gary, see if you can see what might have happened.
Looked like he caught a kind of a kick. A spinning Auburn player gets spun into him. See that? His right heel kicks him right in above the knee. Maybe a thigh bruise.
2nd down, 3. Richardson, right side. That's a 1st down, Alabama.
Say what you want about some of the deficiencies in the Auburn secondary. Their rush defense has been solid all year. And again, this defense for Auburn has stepped up in the second half and pretty much, as the graphic showed you, has put stops up there.
Fairley, Clayton, Ted Ruth, the defensive coordinator.
Of course, his head coach is a great defensive coordinator. When in 2004, he was the defensive coordinator when Auburn went undefeated.
McElroy back. Flushed, shoves it out. Richardson has it. Denied the 1st down, but a nice positive play.
Yeah, but I think he might have got Greg McElroy tweaked just a bit on the play. He was very close to the line of scrimmage. Good coverage downfield. Comes forward, yes, had his foot behind.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Toro Freeman.
Yeah, Julio Jones still on the bench.
Yeah. 2nd down, 1. Alabama trailing by 1. 9:50 to go. Richardson going right. Close for the 1st down.
Might be another reason why Alabama is forced to run the ball here. Darius Hanks and Julio Jones, number 15 and number 8, 2 of the top 3 receivers on the bench for Alabama.
Darius Hanks, Julio Jones. Tracy informs us it is a rib. 3rd down, less than a foot, it would appear.
It's funny, they've gone completely with Trent Richardson in this drive, too, so far.
Timeout, Alabama. Exactly 9 to go. It's 28-27. Auburn. Reverse the teams, and there's some remarkable similarities in this game. Last year, it was Auburn that jumped out to a 14-0 lead. Then Alabama chipped away in the 4th quarter. Bama down 21-20. Greg McElroy led the Tide on a 15-play, 79-yard touchdown drive, capped by this toss to Roy Upchurch. That kept Alabama undefeated. They won the SEC in the battle with Florida and then the national championship. Well, here we have Cam Newton's Auburn team having clawed back to claim the lead once down by 24. There's a flag down. If the play stands, it appears he has the 1st down. It appears that he does. But illegal shift.
Illegal shift on the offense. Not all players got set. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Boy, 3rd and inches. Those receivers had no factor in the play. They never got set 1 second when the ball was snapped. That's the call.
And so, officially now it's 3rd and 6.
Yeah, and it's Earl Anthony out there instead of Julio Jones.
McElroy. Ooh,
Nice play.
I don't know.
By Marquise Mays, yes.
Marquise Mays with the spin might have picked up the first down.
He spun forward. Beautiful play by Mays.
Yes.
Feeling that pressure.
Chain will come out.
Double rub play. Tight ends on one side. Anthony comes across the other way. Rub the other way. Just inches.
Whoa. Another look. Mays with the spin. And so, 8:23 to go, 4th and inches.
Obviously, twice they've run quarterback sneaks. Get down and get low. You see Gene. Get down, get ready, he said, because they quick snapped it.
Ingram is in the backfield. McElroy. Oh, yep. At least according to the unofficial yellow line. Now, El Toro Freeman has the ball in his hands, but there was no indication of a fumble down in the pile. Josh Bynes is arguing, I think, with the spot.
Bynes hits him just as he lunges forward, but he only needed an inch.
And he got it. Gene Chizik.
He said the ball came out.
First down 10, 8:08 to go.
You do have to admire the incredible job Gene Chizik has done with this football team. All of the distractions, all of the pressure, down on the road to Alabama, and his team fought back.
Toss. Left side, Ingram. Whoa.
Put it on the ground again.
It's down. Alabama recovers. So Mark Ingram, having put it on the ground twice in his career prior to today, has put it on the ground 3 times.
Yeah, this one might have been caused by him hitting the ground, though, and it probably would have been forward progress right there and not been called a fumble.
2nd and 6. Ingram, who had 30 yards in last year's win, has 30 yards in today's game, in which they trail by 1.
About this. 2 of your top receivers out of the game. Alabama shifts gears. They run the ball behind James Carpenter, number 77. Warmack, number 65, pulls around. Carpenter, who started every game of his career since he came to Alabama as a junior college player, was put in at left tackle. He's been there ever since.
Darius Hanks, Julio Jones still on the bench. Marquise Mays and Earl Alexander are the wideouts. Ingram, the running back, behind McElroy. It'll be Ingram again. They'll work the edge, and Ingram is in trouble. Dropped at the 37. He lost yardage. Nico Thorpe, number 15, with the tackle.
Yeah, I think Eltorio Freeman, though, number 21, did a great job coming in there on the first to stop it. Also, Vern, watch. Freeman come inside, cause the stop, and then it's cleaned up by Thorpe. Good defense.
6:10 to go. 2nd and 12.
Remember last year, Auburn, as Vern showed you that highlight, led by 1 point, 21-20. When Alabama made that drive, they're not going to be able to kill the whole clock on this drive, it doesn't look like, though.
Two wides, wide right. Here's McElroy. Deep and incomplete. Kevin Norwood is the intended receiver. No flag.
Yeah, the ball was thrown behind. I think it was Earl Anthony that time. Was it Anthony?
No, that's Kevin Harwood.
Oh, Kevin Harwood. Thank you, Vern. Ball was behind. They're not going to call interference on that play.
3rd and 12. Well, 5:45 to go. The longest field goal made by Alabama this year, 49 yards. That's Cade Foster. Shelley, the other kicker, has made one from 42. They're well outside that range right now.
I tell you, they're coming after him.
3rd and 12, McElroy.
Yep.
Oh, he got him at the 41 to Sharvin Bell.
Yep, off the edge. They were coming after him. With the different receivers in the game, they decided to come after the quarterback. And the quarterback is down. His right shoulder, too, it appears to be. Coming over here, you can see the lineman pointing to him, but he can't get out to him. And slams him.
Oh, goodness.
And that's a great play by a great call by Ted Roof. He felt the backup receivers were in there. He could match up man-to-man, and he bought the pressure.
Greg McElroy, senior quarterback, Alabama, on the ground. We'll be right back. We are back in Tuscaloosa, where Greg McElroy, the senior Alabama quarterback, remains on the ground. The medical staff paying attention. The family is here. And Greg and Jamie, his mom and dad, have left the stands. And now McElroy being helped into a sitting position. Right shoulder injury, that's pretty obvious. And here was the play. The blitz from the corner to Sharvin Bell. Got there from the backside.
Yeah, now Sharvin Bell's smaller than Greg, and he had to leverage him down. That's a completely legal play that time.
Now, I said right shoulder. I suppose in the replay, don't want to prejudge the medical advice. It might be a concussion. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. Matter of fact, it looks more like that's what it is.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure does. Well, they take the motorized stretcher off the field, and Greg McElroy is able to walk back almost without assistance. A.J. McCarron is the backup, a redshirt freshman. McElroy will continue to get assistance. It's 4th down and 16. McElroy, who hit his first 12 passes in this game, is on the bench now, having hit a career high of 374. And Auburn very late getting out on the field.
Now remember, Alabama substituted, so Auburn has an opportunity to substitute. That's why the official was standing over the ball.
Remember if they saw Tennessee LSU. And here is the snap. It's Mandel.
Oh, he
shanked it.
He did.
Oh, badly. Out of bounds, short of the 25-yard line. A 13-yard punt. McElroy getting medical attention.
This punt didn't even make a first down, did it?
No.
Well, this Alabama defense is going to have to step up now. Auburn's got 4 seniors on the offensive line, and the Alabama defense that couldn't make a play against South Carolina to win it, couldn't make a play against LSU to win it. Can they stop Auburn?
5:18 to go, 1st and 10. Auburn by 1. Eric Smith is the H-back, number 32. Here's Newton, quarterback draw, and he gets 1 or 2. Let's get more on Greg McElroy. Here's Tracy Wolfson.
Well, guys, he's on the bench right now, and he looks completely out of it, and that's exactly what they were checking for, a concussion. And I think it's safe to say that A.J. McCarron is going to have to finish this game for Alabama, guys.
Little wan smile from Greg McElroy.
Yeah, if he can get back in the game. Remember Auburn's drive against Kentucky. They took off the rest of the clock and kicked the field goal to win it.
That was a 19-play drive, and they got a West Byram field goal at the end to win by 3. Second down and 8. Ryan Pugh snaps it back. Newton looks for running room, gets a block in the corner, but he only gets 3 yards. C.J. Mosley, number 32, the freshman, up there to make the stop. 4:20 to go, 3rd and 5.
And remember, if McCarron plays, at least from the last series, he didn't have Julio Jones and he didn't have Darius Hanks.
3rd down, 5, 4:05 to go. Newton for the day, now 35 yards on 19 carries. He's thrown for 216. He'll take it up the middle.
Yes, he did. Inside, follows number 32, Eric Smith. And was his knee down before he crossed the line?
Time has been taken for the measurement.
And when you're 6'6" and you're stretching that ball out, there's a lot of distance between the knee and the ball. And remember, that play is reviewable. First down plays are.
Short.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay, Gus Malzahn on the left. Gene Chizik.
Got a backup quarterback on the other team, and you need 4 inches to perhaps play for a national championship and stay undefeated. You know he's going to go for it, don't you? He came to Auburn 5-19. Coach at Iowa State.
They booed him when he got off the plane. Some guy called him a loser.
Look at this. They go shotgun on this inches. Is it going to be a dive? I mean, over the top for Cam Newton?
5 on the shot clock. The play clock. Newton. Oh, he got it.
He did.
He rolled over the top and got the first down after almost losing the snap. Oh, brother.
Inside, right on top of it, gets pushed, rolls across.
2:50 to go.
And Alabama, as you can see, only has 1 timeout.
Newton, caught, dropped.
And they're going to take it, aren't they? Yes, they will.
Damian Square, number 92, makes the tackle.
I'll tell you that comeback by Auburn down this many points is one of the all-timers.
Newton appears to be shaken up on the play. Limping a little as he turned and ran back to his left.
Yeah, he ain't coming out of the game, though. I can guarantee that. We thought his Heisman Trophy run was against LSU.
Right.
Remember that one from Patrick Peterson?
Sure.
I'll tell you, his play of the year for me might be that 4th down pass.
He found Darvin
You talk
Adams.
you talk about faith. 4th and 3 or 4, and he rips a throw. And I remember early in the year, I don't recall which game it was. It might have been LSU. He missed the throw, and it led to this touchdown later on the same drive. Talk about faith in your quarterback.
Julio Jones sitting next to Greg McElroy. He went out having returned a kick. and was injured on the kickoff return. Now Newton giving evidence of being in some pain. 2nd and 12. For the day, 13 of 20. And it was the last play when he got shaken up. Right there. Now, 2nd down, 12. McCaleb around the corner. Mark Barron is there to make sure he doesn't round the corner very far.
They tried the same play they hit LSU on the 70-yard speed sweep. Remember, we thought the ball would never leave Cam Newton's hand. And they tried to get outside of it. Wonderful job to the outside that time by D. Milner. Played off the block and got outside to make the tackle.
Third down, 9. A one-point game. An undefeated Auburn team.
And here comes Alabama. They are coming. They got the bear look. They're coming. 5 strong. Delay a game. Delay a game. What did they call timeout?
To the delay of game foul, we had a timeout pulled by Auburn. That is their second charge timeout.
They got the timeout.
This will be a 30-second timeout.
Well, I keep thinking we thought we might get something exciting.
Yeah, we sure did.
Well, this one began at 1:30 Central Time. The defending national champs against the undefeated Auburn Tigers in the Iron Bowl. 75th meeting. And it opened with a strong Alabama surge. They scored touchdowns on their first 3 possessions to go up 21-0. Cam Newton and the Auburn Tigers went 3 and out the first 3 times they had it. It was 24-7 at the half. But one of the key plays, and there have been dozens of them, but the second play of the second half.
Yeah, the long 71-yard touchdown pass, but I still think key to the ball game, for me, the key to the ball game, Alabama 3 times inside the 10 and get 2 field goals.
3rd down and 9. Sweep. Great pursuit. 4th down. Nico Johnson, number 35, took an angle and flew to the ball carrier.
And Auburn will have to punt with about 1 minute to go in the game, and Alabama will have their backup quarterback in the game.
With no timeouts. Marquise Mays inside the 20. Ryan Shoemaker. And the punting game has not been a strength of Auburn this year. Mays had an 81-yarder wiped out by a penalty a couple of weeks ago. And this one is whistled dead prior to the snap.
Auburn is their 3rd and final timeout. It will be a 30-second timeout.
Well, A.J. McCarron. Go ahead.
You remember this highlight of A.J. McCarron went all over the internet. He threw a pass in a game with a big lead, and A.J. got some strong coaching. And a whack on the behind. Will he get Julio Jones? Because I see Julio Jones with his helmet on.
Julio Jones out the last series. For the day, 10 catches, 199 yards. 7 of those catches in the first half.
And again and again and again, this is why I feel that the big conferences deserve all tiebreakers and all benefit of the doubt when they play for the national championship. Because the little guys don't have to get over this Alabama hurdle. I'm sorry.
On 4th and 10, Ryan Shoemaker to punt. Return is on all the way. Mays comes up, lets it bounce, takes it at the 18 and is downed almost immediately. Emory Blake was the first one down there. Now A.J. McCarron.
And what did Jim McElwain tell us yesterday? Before A.J. leaves, you will love this guy.
Well, he has a chance now to go into the Alabama legendary list. Jones is out there. 1st and 10, 51 seconds to go. No timeouts, trailing by 1. McCarron, deep left side, incomplete.
They did not block Nick Fairley. Nick Fairley went right through his man to the quarterback. Watch him right here, right through him. Inside and right into the quarterback.
That was the redshirt freshman, Anthony Steen. Here's Fairley. And it's 2nd down and 10 from the 19. 46 seconds to go. McCarron, deep right side, intercepted. Oh, it's dropped. I beg your pardon. I thought Desharvin Bell had it in his hands.
Can't get one any easier than that. Trying to throw the ball to Kevin Norwood on the play, and he came and kind of raked the ball across his arms and saved it, it looks like, didn't he?
Yeah.
Third down. Tell you, if you're the quarterback, in your head, and you just don't know, you don't have much time to throw it. That rush is coming.
McCarron back, steps up, across the middle, dropped again. Kevin Norwood, number 83. It'll be 4th down and 10.
What a comeback. What a football game. What a conference. What a quarterback Cam Newton is. And he did it against one of the most sophisticated defenses in college football.
Fourth and 10, 35 seconds remaining. McCarron tipped. No flags. Nico Thorpe. Auburn will win. How do you do?
Good coverage. Ball to the outside, and if he caught it, might even been close to the 1st down. What a comeback. One for the ages. Considering everything that's going on around this program, Vern, can you really believe the focus this guy's had? How sweet it is.
Extraordinary. Again, allegations are still out there. No further developments on his personal story nor that of his father. And in the face of all of the turmoil, he leads his team from 24 down to a 28-27 victory in the Iron Bowl. Newton, 13 of 20 for 216. He wound up 22 rushes, 39 yards, and a touchdown, and he is our Chick-fil-A player of the game. You see the stats, 39 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown down to Tracy with Gene Chiswick.
Coach, down 24-0 on the road against Alabama, and this team just continues to fight back. They've done it all season. What can you say about them?
Hey, God is good, man. I'm going to tell you, this team has so much faith. I can't even tell you what this team, it's hard for me to describe it. It's every week, it's every play, it's every game. There's a chemistry here like I've never seen before in my life. It's special.
And how about Cam Newton? He struggled early, and then with all the allegations surrounding him, what can you say about him as a leader of this team?
This is as solid as a rock guy. I'll go to bat for him 100 out of 100 times. He is the man, and along with the rest of this football team, these guys know how to win, and they're winners.
Congratulations on beating your rival. Enjoy it.
This has become a familiar scene, has it not? Lee Zimba, his 50th start. Congratulations to him. Cam Newton celebrating with the Auburn fans. They will go into the SEC championship game quiet as mice. For Tracy Wolfson, Gary Danielson, Vern Lundquist, our entire crowd, good night from Tuscaloosa.